Hey everybody, I'm Josh.
And I'm Rachel.
And we brought you out into the middle of the desert for the fanciest buffet they got in all of Las Vegas.
I'm hopeful that the seafood and steak are worth every minute in the car and the price of the buffet itself.
Yes, we are here today at M Resort. We're going to be trying out Anthony's Prime Steak and Seafood.
You did say this is similar to what it used to be at the Sterling Brunch, right?
Yes, Sterling Brunch at Bally's. If you think of that, this is supposed to be the only option out there now.
Let's go.
All right, so I know everybody overuses the term like impossible reservation to get. This one actually is. We reserved this table back in May for December. And I was actually just looking about 2 weeks ago and I made it to Memorial Day. There are 0 reservations available. It is only on Sundays from 11 to 1:30. And if we didn't say it already, it is $99 per person. So I think this is easily the most expensive buffet you can get here in Las Vegas. And it's also why we came all the way out to M Resort, which is at the very south, the most south end of the strip that you can get to.
All right, so I'm starting off with some cold dishes and a pastry because I can't pass them up. And I know I shouldn't do very many pastries because it's gonna fill me up, especially when you see the crab and shrimp. But I also thought this was too dang cute to pass up too. It's a little yogurt parfait with a little granola, fresh fruit on it. Looks like even some honey. I did see it says a vegan option. So. And
the good thing, I think the reason why we ended up starting with these is because there was no line here. Whereas the hot food, there was quite a line.
Now I also forgot a spoon. It's nice creamy yogurt.
Simple.
Yeah, with fresh fruit and a little bit of granola on it. I like it because it's not a huge portion, which is some of those pieces that we have ran into at a couple other buffets. I like the smaller portions. It does give me the option to get moving more. And then, of course, we were just recently in France. Chocolate croissant. Right, you can't go wrong. Ton of layers, light. The chocolate's in there, not gooeying out of it. This would be a good start. I'm not gonna overeat the pastries though.
All right, so we were just at Peter Luger the other night, and I'm pretty sure we got shrimp about this size.
I was thinking the same thing.
For 30 bucks, so we're already making our value here, I think. They do have some lemon. It is poached, and I went ahead and got some cocktail sauce.
Now I will tell you the stone crab, the crab legs, and the shrimp cocktail are all served on ice up there. So they're not cooked in butter right now, they're chilled.
Right, it is nice and cold though. This is delicious. It's not an overly strong horseradish flavor in that cocktail sauce.
Because we did have that the other night.
We did. No, that's a good trend.
I agree.
All right, next up, I'm unsure if this is stone crab or what kind of crab this is.
I think it's stone crab.
I don't know.
Did they already have it cracked for you?
Yes. So it does come pre-cracked. You can see there's that cut right there. But crab claws, the crab's good. I did not see like warmed up butter. Maybe that's in a different location. And we'll probably need to get that for later. All right, and these I do know are snow crab. I'm gonna mess this up because I was hopeful to get some pulled right out of there. Like I said earlier, I'm probably going to be looking for some warm butter to put this in. But they do give you plenty of tools.
I mean, it looks juicy.
Yeah. And
about 2 legs per little piece out there. And then these were all individual.
Yeah. Crab's good. If you like crab, there's plenty of it. It is all cold though. All right, the meat round has begun.
You can easily get the meat sweats here because prime rib, freshly carved, beef Wellington, and then these lamb chops. I'm not sure what the crust is made of. You know what? I've already got it held up.
Yeah, go for it. That's the way to eat them anyway.
It's like a breadcrumb crust, which offers a nice saltiness to it. The meat is super tender. I don't know how to cook lamb, but I'm assuming this must be
medium.
Yeah, this must be how you're supposed to serve it. Looks great. No steak knife. I truly cut the prime rib. I don't even know that you need a butter knife, but cut it with a knife. I love prime rib.
So the carving station had prime rib, lamb chops, and
beef Wellington.
Okay.
Nice, great beefy flavor. There is a nice seasoning on the outside that works good. I think I even got like medium rare to medium piece.
Maybe medium.
They also had some sauces like shrimp, not shrimp cocktail, but they had a horseradish sauce, a mint sauce for the lamb, and then a au jus as well. I did not grab any of that at this time. And then beef Wellington is always one of our favorites. Isn't it a filet usually inside there?
Yeah.
With a nice crust.
So it's tenderloin, and then I think it's like a mushroom paste almost on the inside, and then the baked pastry on the outside.
Nice, light, flaky pastry around the outside. That tenderloin is just that, very tender. And then if you're just curious and these don't meet your needs for breakfast, there is breakfast sausage and bacon and deviled eggs.
We definitely want those. All right, so I went with a simpler plate, 3 lobster tails, because they had just brought out a fresh pan and I didn't want to wait in line. The line does tend to build up at the lobsters.
Do they limit how many you could pick up? You just told her how many you wanted?
Nope, I got to scoop it myself.
Oh, even better, okay.
And there was one lady ahead of me when they brought out the fresh thing. So I was like, I don't know that we need to wait again.
They do serve it nicely with that. I mean, I always think that's silly because you don't eat any of that part, but it looks nice.
Yes, it does look pretty. Let's go ahead and see how it is.
It's warm, correct?
It is warm.
Okay.
It's like in a lemon butter, I believe.
Ooh, okay.
Really good. It's warm. It's not overdone, so it's not chewy. It's a good lobster tail.
This buffet itself, it doesn't look like it's like expansive like you're thinking of some of the bigger buffets on the strip, but they have got some impressive food on there.
Yeah, they don't. And I mean, there is like a area where you can get some fruit, some cheese. I think there's like a buffalo mozzarella salad.
Yeah.
But for the most part, you're here for the meat. You're here for the lobster and crab. And I don't know if you get your money if you aren't doing that stuff.
That's true. That's true.
Now, I did end up grabbing a pasta. There was also a gnocchi up there, which I'll probably have the next time. But this one is a butternut squash ravioli with some vodka sauce.
He also grabbed some asparagus spears that are huge.
Yeah. That's really good. And it's not overdone, which is nice because sometimes at a buffet you can end up having it where it's like just the pasta falls apart and not in a good way.
I also think what I've noticed so far is the temperatures are right, which is some of my complaints about a buffet as well, is sometimes it's not the right temperature.
Yeah, and I think that's the key. If you're going to go and spend $100, you want it to taste right and be at the right temperature.
Yep.
The asparagus tastes like very well cooked asparagus.
Good deal.
All right.
Place is ridiculous in the best way possible. So classic French toast. I did the ravioli. There's some gnocchi. There's fresh omelets made to order, and then some caprese salad. And as I walked by, this caught my eye because I'm hopeful. It's a red velvet cake pop. All right. Oh, yum.
All right, so we are starting some seconds because, you know,
is it seconds or is it thirds?
Well, seconds of a certain item.
Oh, okay.
So there was a new prime rib that was being cut, so I felt like I had to get in there. I did find bowls.
Oh,
There's
okay.
some bowls where you can grab the au jus because we're unsure it's going to make a bit of a mess if we had done it the other way.
That's why I said I couldn't do it the other way. Like, I didn't know how to make it without a mess. Oh, it looks like we did some of the same too. I went with some gnocchi and this caprese salad as well.
What did you think?
I think the gnocchi's light. I can't figure out what the sauce is on it, but I do like that there's cheese on it.
I think they said pomodoro, which looks like a tomato.
Tomato base?
Yeah, it was good. Mm-hmm. I was a little nervous that it wasn't going to be as easy to eat.
Yeah. I mean, it's a tomato.
You actually did the same tomato and mozzarella?
I did, tomato and mozzarella, yeah.
All right, and I'm just going to go ahead and cut into this because...
Again, he's using a butter knife to cut that prime rib.
Yes.
Like, that's
There's no
cool
steak
part.
knives here.
Yeah.
So that's a good sign. Dip that. There we go. Now, it may look like it's a bit done, and it probably is compared to where we normally would be. It's on the end. You probably could ask to go in the middle.
Sure.
Otherwise, give it 5 to 10 minutes and they'll be in the middle of it.
That's true. Okay, I know I was still on a savory thing, except for the French toast, which I will tell you, for buffet French toast was really, really good. I ended up eating the whole piece.
I didn't even get to taste it.
You didn't even get to taste it. I just kept eating and I was like, oh, that's really good. But as I walked by the dessert table, I saw cake pops, and I'm really hopeful this is a red velvet one, so.
Let's go.
Oh, sure enough.
Is it? Let me see.
It's got some crunchies on the top, like little chocolate crunchies. Yeah. Oh God.
All right.
I love red velvet cake.
Yeah, all the desserts, they look very small, so you can definitely have like 17 of them.
But there's probably 17 of them to try.
Yes, deal. All right, so we did get a bunch of dessert. We were missing one thing, and it's for you to hit that subscribe button. If you're enjoying this video and you'd like to see more restaurant reviews in Las Vegas, go ahead and hit that subscribe. We have over 150 restaurant reviews in Las Vegas alone. But the dessert looks really good. By the way, Rachel did talk up the French toast enough. I'm gonna have that as part of my dessert.
It was that good.
Yeah. This one, it looks like a raspberry panna cotta. Are you gonna make me just eat all of it?
No, I'm just gonna show. I believe like
quite a wide variety.
Wide variety, but there are like two sides of the table with each of them on there, and so it looks like more. But there's a pistachio one, a creme brulee, as Josh said, they're panna cotta.
There was a cheesecake.
There's a cheesecake. There's
carrot
cake.
A bread pudding.
Yeah.
Tons of options. This is delicious. The raspberry on top of it is really good, and the panna cotta is very creamy, smooth. I'm a sucker for a fruit tart. I think that they always look like the best thing.
I almost grabbed one, but I thought, no, Josh will grab that.
Yep. And I can never cut it well, so I'm just going to eat it.
You might as well. Just take a bite of that. Oh, it looks like a crumbly crust.
Nice crumbly crust. No soggy bottom. Good custard on the inside. I went with the blackberry side, but you can see there's blackberry, raspberry, orange, blueberry, kiwi, and strawberry, all in a tiny one.
A lot of fresh fruit there.
And then I went with two
cake pops.
2 cake pops. I see Rachel went 2 more cake pops.
But I went with the same one because I know how good they were.
I'm gonna guess this is a birthday cake one. And it is.
Yep.
Delicious. I love the ooey gooey of a cake pop.
I do too. I don't like cake, but cake pops are, I don't know what it is about them. I would eat those all day long.
And now this one looks orange, and so I gotta assume pumpkin.
I hope you're right and I was wrong and I don't get that one.
Actually, it seems like a spice cake.
Okay, I could see that too.
Maybe with a little pumpkin-y on the outside, but it seems like spice.
Yeah.
But it's gonna hit the spot. We're gonna keep going.
Okay, so I'm gonna start up with, I believe it's the pistachio. I did overhear the waiter telling us that they are telling another table that they do make all these desserts in-house.
Oh. See, I was looking at like maybe it was a key lime or something. Really?
It's pistachio. Because I had heard someone ask about it, and that's the only reason because there's the only one that was green.
Yeah.
It's like a mousse. So you have some pistachio, and then there was some chocolate chunks in there, and then more on top, the vanilla mousse type dressing on it. That's tasty. That you could eat a lot of those. I mean, I could. And then creme brulee.
Oh, it actually does have it.
It has a nice crack. They're baby creme brulees.
I was concerned about doing this one because a lot of times on the buffet ones, I feel like the top like just melts away and it's like too wet.
It does not.
All right, good.
I'm gonna save you a bite of that.
I am glad you picked it up then.
Because that's really good. You can probably hear the crunch in there. You guys already know I already ate the red velvet cake pop, so I'll just eat those later. And then went with it
looks like a cream puff.
Cream puff shaped as a swan.
Oh, I didn't even notice that. I was like, is that a shrimp in there?
Yeah, it's a swan. So besides, I'm gonna end up making a mess of all my face with the cream puff filling. I'll just take a bite this way. Oh, that's a strawberry filling. Very light, airy, nice crisp to the cream puff. I don't think you can go wrong with the desserts alone.
Yeah, they're pretty good. And the room is beautiful, by the way. It is a nice steakhouse. It's large. And we did see, there were people that were able to walk up, but you have to do it after noon, and there's no guarantee, so we'll talk about that later, though.
Yep.
All right. We just wrapped up.
I think there's a 2-hour time limit, and we took almost the full 2 hours.
Yeah, it's now 1:49. We got there at 11:45. As I was saying earlier, we did see some people that did walk-ups. They actually told them they had to come after 12 noon, which they stopped seating at 1:30, and the food actually gets taken out at 2 is what I had heard. Oh. So even if you get seated at 1:30, eat quick.
Yeah, I did notice as well there are a couple people sitting at the bar, so that might be an option as well.
Yeah.
If you don't want to wait for reservations.
Now, getting out here.
We were staying in Vidara, and we took an Uber out here. It was $30 after tip and about a 20-minute ride. So if you have the time.
Yeah, it's going to take you some time and it's going to take some money. Now, if you have a car, that's obviously easier for you. From my standpoint, is it worth it? I don't know that I would do it. Like yesterday, we actually had brunch at Eiffel Tower restaurant, which was around $200. We had a window seat, all the food. We had tons of food and it was fresh. That's more our style. The variety, there definitely was a wide variety that you get there this way.
And for us, we like lobster, but I'm not eating 6 of them. And there were people with 6+ on their table.
Yeah, the table right next to us, each person had 3 lobster tails.
Yep.
I don't eat that many lobster tails, though.
No.
Yeah, I actually thought the shrimp was my favorite of the seafood, though.
Yeah, the shrimp was really good.
Big old shrimp cocktails. What was your favorite bite?
The red velvet cake pops.
How many did you have?
5. Oh, 4.5, because one of them fell on the ground. So 4.5.
Shoot.
They were so good.
All right. Well, there you go.
What was your favorite bite? Oh yeah, you said the shrimp. But that's just the thing. What was your favorite bite overall?
In all reality, I'm struggling to find a favorite bite. I didn't necessarily think that anything stood out. One of the disappointments for me was the beef Wellington. It was drier than I expected.
It was tender though, and the flaky
was
crust, or the crust was flaky, but I could see that after a couple bites.
And you could have added like maybe some au jus or something to it, but then obviously your pastry goes away that way. Yeah. So I think that's one of the tough things that you get when you're getting these mass-produced items, and that's why for me, I think I'd probably skip.
I would say if you're going to be out here, this is a nice resort. It's a very nice resort. We've stayed here once before.
This is the pool.
There's plenty of options to even eat, and the casino is nice and big. If you're staying out here, now it's just not convenient for us as we normally stay on the strip. So getting here is hard.
There you go. Let us know if you think it's worth it. If you're enjoying our videos, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe.
You can also follow us on social media: Facebook, Instagram, and X, formerly Twitter. All our links are down below.